Okay, so hey, Will, there's a couple of things that I've been struggling with, and I wanted today to say, you know what, let's solve a couple using automation. And Zapier, which rhymes with happier, is a perfect solution to automate those tasks that you do all the time, as long as you remember. And if other things get on your plate, then they tend to fall off, but it actually impacts business.
It
So
kind of lets you glue different applications together, right? So it's almost like a freebie, a person logging in and doing something for you.
absolutely. You got a task that needs to be done, and it's a standard task. You can describe it saying, when this happens, and I want this to happen. And when that happens, well, I want this other thing to happen. Then it's a perfect candidate for something like Zapier. And the part about it that's really great is that it's really consistent. It's automated. You could be sleeping and the task will still get done.
And you don't have to hire a coder to do it, right? It's pretty easy to hook it up yourself.
This is part of the new rise of, it's called no code programming. So you still get all of the functionality, all of the power of automating things, but you don't actually have to dive in and learn code. You can leverage their visual UI that lets you tell it what you want to happen, and they'll do the code behind the scenes.
Yeah, because in the old days, you would have written some kind of web call to an API and then had to parse it and then call the other API and parse it. And that ended up being a 2 or 3 day project.
And then having something else that was making sure, like a cron job, that was running to make sure that it was looking to make sure that the thing that you wrote is still running. So a lot of complexity not needed.
So what are we going to glue together today? What do you have for us?
I think that we created a survey, and would it be really neat to say, so we created a survey, and we've actually had a couple of people fill it out, which is
Yes,
really
I was
nice.
surprised, like, oh, someone did it.
They found it. They filled it out. So they filled it out, and then I realized, you know what? They filled it out a couple of days, and I didn't even see it.
Right.
And so what that's not the experience I want, our audience to have. What I want the audience to have is, they fill out the survey, and then if they give us the email, then we say, hey, thanks for trusting us with your email. If nothing else, we know that it's been filled out, and we can then go look at it. But it's not just collecting dust somewhere.
Well, and we want to start a newsletter, right, to keep people informed. I mean, because if not, if you only operate on someone else's platform, you're always subject to that platform changing the rules. So even though, we love YouTube, we're doing, our work there, we want another way to connect with our users, because YouTube doesn't tell us who you guys are.
But if you tell us who you are, then we can begin to create a relationship where we can say, do you want us to tell you this information, or what would you like to know? And we can have more of a back and forth.
So what email service did you end up choosing for us?
I'm going to share screen.
Okay.
And
yeah, because there's a lot of choices out there, and that kind of,
ton of choices. But you know me, Will. So one of my criteria was, can I find it? Can I get it for free?
Right. Absolutely.
And the biggest thing is, it's not that free is best, but it's that free has gotten so good. And so it used to be free, you were really settling. But now if you look, this is Mailchimp, and I'm right in the middle of selecting a plan right now. And Mailchimp, what they want is they want to be your long-term CRM. A CRM is a customer relationship management software. So what they want to do is get in early, and then as you grow and you can afford to pay them, you already like have a strong relationship, and it's really easy, no-brainer. So they say it's free until you get 2,000 contacts.
2,000, right? And so that's a lot of email addresses. Most startups would be lucky to get that far.
I'm going to be super excited when we hit 2,000.
Yes.
So free plan, and they're going to bill us $0 every month.
Excellent.
All right, so let me complete that. And
And I usually like to sign up to this stuff because they start telling you how to use it.
so this one has the tutorials. So I'm going to do that one,
Okay.
and I'll do this one.
Excellent. Yeah, because they'll teach you how to use the product if you take the time to read through their stuff.
All right, so this is not what we're going to cover today, but we should pin this and come back and really look at how do we design, how we talk to our customers, and things like that.
Yeah, because we'll want to do like that first auto response mail. We're not going to do that today, but that'll be part of the overall process.
That's right. Okay, so I am going to, okay, so here's the survey. This is a Google form.
And we've got 2 responses. Yay!
I've got 2 responses. So let's figure out what to do with our responses. If you go here, they already begin to give you stats about it. And if they typed in any information, we get that. And we get some.
I saw there's that individual tab, and it will let you see each one in turn, which was kind of cool. I was playing around with this last night a little bit.
So, yeah, if you want to see like really granular, I want to get the hands-on feel of what each survey looks like. This is it. You can also right here is create a spreadsheet.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to do. So when you create a Google spreadsheet and attach it to it, the great thing is it's all of this data is yours. And Google Forms says, hey, it's yours. So however you want to consume it, that's great. If you want to go ahead and download all the responses as they come in to your Google Drive and a Google spreadsheet, then they're going to automatically do it for you.
Okay. Now, are you going to hook Zapier into the form directly or into the spreadsheet?
Into the spreadsheet.
Okay.
We're going to create a new spreadsheet. And so we're linking to the spreadsheet. We're going to fuzz this piece out, and I'm going to go ahead and do that for now. Oh, that's not helping at all. Well.
Okay.
So now there's the 2 answers that are in here, and even though the spreadsheet's created, let's say somebody comes and fills out the form tomorrow, then the response will still show up there, and it will automatically be added to the spreadsheet.
Nice.
All right. So now we've introduced Mailchimp. We've introduced the Google spreadsheet that the form puts the answers into. Now we're going to go to Zapier. And have you played with Zapier much, Will?
I did in a previous lifetime. It keeps getting, every time I look at it, it's so much more than it was the last time. They're doing a great job of just adding more stuff.
Let's see, make a Zap. So we'll start with make a Zap, just so you can get a sense of
okay.
So here's the apps that it already knows I have because I've done them before. There's built-in apps, popular apps. And so let me make this a little smaller because this actually hurt my eyes. Okay. Whew. So they're going to walk us through it. And so that it doesn't require any programming, but it does ask you questions that prompt you to think about how things happen programmatically. And that's where it was like, when this happens, I want this to happen. All right, so what we're going to do is say, we want to connect our Google Sheet.
All right.
And when this happens, so you see up here, when this happens, when Google Sheets has a new or updated spreadsheet row.
Okay. Because the form will put a row in there, so that'll trigger this.
That's right.
Now, I guess we have to pick one.
Now I have to connect it to my Google Drive.
Okay.
And since I have a couple of accounts, it asks me to choose which one. Now I need to tell it which spreadsheet I want it to connect to.
Yay! I guess it named it.
It looked for the one that was on top.
Okay.
And you tell it which worksheet inside the spreadsheet.
So
and again, it goes and looks for me and brings back what's there.
Grabs the names. You don't have to remember it.
So I need to tell it what column. And so for here, I need to go back to my form.
And it was the one in between E and H. So it's H. No, E.
It's F. It's F, but I think I may have to give it more than that. Let's look. any column. So we're going to choose a column. Totally optional. Do you want us to email you when we publish a new tutorial?
Perfect.
That's the one. And it also said column F. Now here we can actually say, test it for us. Let's make sure we're grabbing the right one. I'm going to do that, and we'll just fuzz out the email address. Oh, nope, totally wrong. That's the next step. So now I'm going to customize the actual data.
Right.
First, I test my trigger. Is it grabbing it? So here it's saying, oh, super. This is the second person that filled it out, and instead of giving us email address, they just said no. So this is cool because we're actually going to be able to say, is it an email address or not?
Right. Oh, so it'll let you filter and say it's got to be this kind of data.
That's right.
Man, this tool has gotten sophisticated.
Gotten really, really good.
Do you remember how much programming we had to do to see if an email address was an actual email address?
That's the first task you gave me as a programmer. I do remember. I do.
And there are a lot of rules, man. If you look at like a regex, it's like ginormous.
So here I'm going to say, show me all the options. We're going to choose the totally optional. Do you want us to email you?
Right.
I'm going to choose a condition. It's got to contain. And let's just make it really simple. And yeah, people could, game this system, but this isn't. Right. So it's got to at least contain, the @ symbol.
I bet you a Mailchimp can handle them goofing with it.
Mailchimp is going to really kick out anything. This is just to show the power of Zapier. So the zap would not have occurred because the person filled out the survey that said no, it's not an email address, and so our zap's not going to fire. One of the benefits of putting the filter in place is Zapier counts how many times these fire, and the billing is based on that. Okay. So if you can filter out on the front end, you can save some money down the road. Okay, so new row gets added to the spreadsheet, and we check to make sure it's got the @ symbol, so it's probably an email address. Then we're going to do this. And let's just search for Mailchimp, and there it is. This is my first time hooking up anything to Mailchimp using Zapier. So let's say we're going to add or update a subscriber.
Okay, so you got to sign in to authenticate it so it gets the credentials.
That's right. Oh, look, I'm going to take this over to my secret screen. Oh, cool, it remembered him. That's awesome. All right, so now I need to authorize. Let's do it.
Okay. It knows you got the bunker launch pad.
Mm-hmm. So we don't have any. Oh, we have our first choose value, audience, bunker launch pad. Subscriber email is going to be here. Show all options. Back to the email choice. And then can continue. Let's see. I'm not sure what's happening here. We'll come back to it. Double opt-in. The double opt-in means that they're going to send an email to say, hey, confirm this is really you. It's a good idea to do it. What would you say?
Yes, of course. I mean, we want to be above board on all this.
That's right. And we don't have any group set up or anything, so I really just signed up with MailChimp.
Right.
But let's add a tag. No options available.
Right.
Well, I'd have to go over here and add it. Let's add it. Okay. Audience campaign.
Probably audience, right? Tags.
I think so. Tags. Look at that.
Yeah.
So we have.
You click enough links, you get intuition for it.
Let's create a tag. Survey.
Perfect.
Okay.
I don't really know about anyone at this point.
So here, so let's choose a value. Survey, there it is. It's so great. Now we're not capturing first name, last name, I don't think.
No.
Saying what's your email address. So that's a place where we could go back and improve our survey if it turns out this is a source for a lot of,
Right.
Into that. Continue. So this is going to be, we're going to test and review. Could not be sent to MailChimp.
Okay.
And that makes sense because it's a no, but we can retest. And there's a way to get.
Well, what you could do is just go put an email address in there. Put info@Launchpad.
And then we go fill out the form. Oh, look at that, Will.
We need a paid plan. Do we have more than one action?
I think it's the filter. Let's take that out. Delete. Okay, since we're not going to get swamped with swarms of signups, it doesn't matter if we'll just let Mailchimp sort it out.
Perfect.
Okay.
We always had a saying, and I don't know if it came from our dad or not, but it was half-ass is better than no ass.
It's
a good example.
Remember that. So let me fill out the form.
Okay. Oh, then we can see it go over to MailChimp.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Oh, I need to actually go look at it. I don't know if preview does it. How do I send? Copy the link. Go to the link.
World peace. I love that. Steve Martin.
World peace?
Yeah. SNL skit on world peace. At the end, he's just like, give me the money. World peace.
How to stop saying
Well, remember, I saw a startup in Boston, and they had a device that would shock you.
I don't think I'm that committed to learning.
Oh, it shocked the shit out of you too, man. It was like, nope, you can have that back. He goes, well, you'd be surprised what people get used to. And I'm like, yeah, I bet you hang out with different people than I do. Hey, did it make it over there?
Let's see. Let me unhide this.
Oh, wait, it was world peace. It was there.
Oh, yeah.
So let's look in MailChimp to see.
I was going to see what email address I put in there. No, so it's going to run every 15 minutes.
Oh,
so it's not in there now. Zap is going to run.
A little bit of time then to show up.
Yeah, so we got the admin email and address in there. And so
Zapier will run this.
Zapier.
Zapier. Oh, yeah. So we were going to do a counter of how many times I said the name wrong because I've said it about every possible combination. So what we can do is just kind of wait, and then we'll edit out and go, hey, it showed up. I don't guess you can trigger it to run, can you?
Let me look. I need to name my Zap. Let's see. And I've subscribed before because I will tell you at a certain point, it's just so much easier. 2 minutes last run. Task history. So let's give it a few minutes. I wonder if the Zapier for automating downloading Zoom videos to the Google Drive, like how many steps that is. And then I wonder, at what point am I willing to pay $20 a month for something to do that for me?
Well, what I like is this one, I think, proves the point. So if the other one's expensive or whatever, we don't have to do it.
Let's see. Dashboard. Please confirm. Oh! Yeah. So I just got, Will,
Yes.
I just got a email from MailChimp saying, hey, would you confirm your subscription?
Okay, so maybe it's turned off then.
Well, it means I made it to MailChimp.
Oh, you made it to MailChimp, so we're there.
But it's not going to add me to a contact until I say yes. I wonder if that's what's going on.
So there you go. Subscribe me to this list.
So let me go double check. Are we in yet? That's so interesting. You know, other platforms, they'll put you in, but if you don't double confirm, they flag you. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, add me. Okay, I'm not a robot. I confirm my humanity.
Okay. And it should be tagged now with survey, I would think. We go to tag.
There it is. There's my survey tag.
Okay. All right, so we got it to work, and it took relatively small amount of time. We just didn't know about the opt-in, and it's all hooked up. So there you have it. I mean, that's a down and dirty way to glue things together without hiring a programmer, no code style. And I really appreciate you showing me this. It's been a long time since I've looked at Zapier, and they've only gotten better.
Yeah, so Zapier's gotten better. MailChimp has gotten better. If you watch the video, and I know that we stumbled around a little bit on purpose because you should see what it looks like just going in blind. So sometimes it's good to show the unpolished version of it. If you have any questions about MailChimp, about Zapier, about the survey, any of that, just put it in the comments below or fill out the survey.
Yeah, and we're trying to show the non-polished version of this because this is how this stuff gets built. Nobody knows anything about what they're doing when they start out. And so, you know, you just got to stumble your way through it and keep poking around till you get it all figured out.
Well, thanks for walking through this with me, Will.
Awesome. Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks.